Amidst absolute devastation versus France, shockwaves are sent across Japan, except for one man, that being Karasu Tabito. Blue Lock Chapter 334 has released their officials. Without wasting any more time, let's talk about it. So Chapter 334 is titled Time to Wake Up, with Bachida at the corner. As the narrator says, Japan is down by 1 goal. Even with the enemy's declaration looming, they press toward the French goal to carve out their status as #1. As Hugo states, if you keep striving to be the world's best striker, Blue Lock will be annihilated here, as Bachida is about to kick the ball. As Isagi Oichi says, shut up, if you think you can outwit us, as the team starts to move in the direction that Bachida is about to kick. Then go ahead and try, as Bachida doesn't shoot for the goal, but instead goes down the line. As Charles says, huh? A side pass? With Renoir, the goalie for France, saying that's not a simple cross. It's a short corner, as Bachida passes it to none other than Hiyori, with Hiyori saying run the signal play, as Rin tries to break from Loki, and Isagi tries to break from Hugo. Renoir saying they're up to something, as he continues by saying cover your marks, only for Loki to immediately break off of his mark and run towards Hiyori, as Hiyori looks like he's about to pass. Only he doesn't pass and instead crosses Loki up and says too late, putting Loki on skates and passing back to none other than Bachida, as Loki, as funny as it sounds, is left in the dust. With Renoir saying, Bachida again, he's right by the line, but I won't let you make a close-up shot. As Bachida approaches the goalie, he says this is when I do something cool, and instead of shooting it, ends up passing it. As Renoir says, a pass away from the goal, and it ends up going to none other than that of Reo, with Reo saying, nice Bachi, I'm wide open. But just then, Hugo manages to make his way to Reo and says, are you? No shooting for you, copy machine, as Reo ends up smiling and says, shooting? As we see none other than the ball go right past Reo, and Reo says that's not a part of the plan. As Renoir and Hugo both look on, wondering what just happened, with Renoir saying he ignored it, as this catches Hugo by surprise. It turns out the ball went to none other than that of Isagi, with Isagi saying, weren't you gonna crush me with that logic, you second best bastard? This is mine. As we see, he has Metavision active and those puzzle pieces are flowing. But just then, in the next page, he ends up getting locked down by that of Charles, with Charles saying not yet, with Charles saying the contrarian is here. As he states, whenever Blue Lock uses a pattern we don't know, we keep a close eye on the annoying spot, aka where Isagi Oichi is. That is my job. As Isagi says, no way, they ruined our first signal play, as Rin yells at Isagi saying, pass it, come on, over here. As Isagi thinks back to what Hugo said, saying if you embrace your destiny as second best, Blue Lock can get even stronger. But Isagi is not having it, as he says, shut up. I'm gonna live as #1, as he inevitably ends up shooting while Charles is trying to lock him down, attempting that of a long shot, with Karasu, Bachida, and Rin surprised that he was even able to do this, as the ball whizzes past both Japanese and France players heading towards the goal. He gets stopped by Renoir, and believe it or not, a goalie aside from Gagamoto actually doing something? With Renoir saying this is the only place it could have gone, with Isagi surprised that he was even able to do so, as the announcers say he stopped it, as the rest of the Japanese audience goes insane, with Hugo saying, see, without your two-gun volley or your direct shot, you're a below-average striker. At this rate, Blue Lock will lose all because of you. It's time to wake up, Yoichi Isagi. You can change. Place, obey your... As now France has the ball and is going to counterattack. As now Isagi, Bachida, Hiyori, Rin, and Ego look on in horror, with Bachida saying, for real? As Hiyori says, damn, what are we gonna do? We can't use Yoichi Isagi. But as all this goes down, in the final page of Blue Lock Chapter 334, none other than Karasu Tabito is thinking something up, with him quoting what Hugo has said, saying, suitability, destiny, the world's second best, as Karasu Tabito is in the midst of awakening. What will he have in store next chapter? I have no idea. But for right now, Blue Lock is at wit's end, relying too much on Isagi Oichi to get things done. Their soul dependency is being rendered useless. So what can Blue Lock do? And we shall find out in the next chapter, Blue Lock chapter 335, titled Transformation, and there is no break next week. So let me know what you all thought about this chapter down below, and we'll see what happens next.